Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing for you guys a full face first impressions. Literally everything from primer to mascara, everything is brand new. I am not including false lashes this time just because I'm not anticipating doing a look that's gonna need them, but yeah, I've got a whole bunch of new stuff, even a whole bunch of new brushes as well. I do have some favorite brushes as well, but I did have some brand new ones that I've been dying to include, so yeah. Okay, first things first, I finally have lighting, so I'm able to film now where it's about 7 o'clock at night right now and it's pretty darn dark outside. It's actually been raining for the past 24 hours straight and my street is actually, oh, I thought it had officially overflowed onto the street. There's like a retention pond outside my apartment building and it's like that far from the top. So for a second I thought I had flooded onto the road. But I'm just crazy and I couldn't see where the road was. Okay, I'm losing it. Let's do this. So, I've got everything in this box right here. This was a Sephora box. But yeah, literally some of it is still in its packaging. Like I haven't even opened it. So, let's jump into this. So I'm gonna be using, this is the only product I have here that is not brand new. This is the Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade of Bear. Yeah, I did also grab this. This is like my go-to Z palette of like my matte shadows that I own. So I just have this just in case because I am trying out this bad boy today. This is the Anastasia Prism palette, which looks like this. So I have no idea what kind of look I'm gonna do yet. I will probably be zooming you guys in a little bit more. I do have to put my hair up because I'm dying right now. I'm gonna go ahead and prime with this. I just broke this. I straight up just broke this. Sad day. Okay, I'm gonna blend this out using this. This is actually the Sigma P89 Bake Precision brush, but I'm gonna use this to blend this out just because it's tiny and precise. Seems like it's gonna be a good fit for that. And then just to kind of absorb any extra. I feel like I haven't sat down and talked to you guys in ages. Today it is October 15th. And actually right now as I'm filming, I believe my return video just went live. So if you guys haven't seen my return video, which was, hold on. So if you guys haven't seen my return video, my first upload since my couple-month hiatus, I will link it up here, right? So that you guys get a chance to watch it. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which is called Unity. It's kind of like a beigey, yellowishy undertone, which considering this palette's got a nice mix of warm and cool, seems pretty epic. Oh, it's really powdery. Can you see that? No, okay. I'm gonna tap off all the excess just to be safe. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring this into my upper crease about here. I'm not quite sure what kind of look I'm going for at this point. Basically, I wanted this yellow to be visible even when my eyes are open. So I brought it up a little bit higher than I normally do. Usually I keep these guys more like here instead of here. It's like a good 1/4 inch difference. And I'm kind of flicking it outwards as well. Just the tiniest bit. There is a lot of kickback on this palette, so keep that in mind when you're using it. Just FYI. I'm gonna keep this to the side as a blindy brush. Next, I'm going to take this guy. Oh, that first brush, by the way, is a Morphe M441. This guy is a Luxie 205 tapered blending. And I'm kind of wanting to play with the green color, the color Throne. I'm kind of feeling that for my lid. So I think I'm gonna go a little tiny bit more orangey. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Eden next, and I'm gonna keep that just a slight bit lower than that one I just did. Ooh, that's showing up a lot more on camera. I will admit I'm not used to my softbox lights yet, so bear with me if this video seems really bright or anything like that, just because I'm still trying to play with it. And ignore any crinkling or weird noises you hear in the background, because I literally finished setting these up and started filming. So the cat is currently in heaven right now. And then I'm just going back in with my original brush, going in with whatever was left of product, and just blending. Now I am just going to take the actual brush that came with the palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Parallel here, which is the dark brown. I'm just going to very lightly, actually I don't want this brush, I really want, I just want to go in with the green shade. So I'm going to go in with Throne. It looks like an emerald green but with some slight purple reflex. That's why I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable using a yellowishy base. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. Just going to go ahead. So I will say this, I did grab a, oh my god, I look like I got punched in the eye. I did grab makeup wipes just in case I had fallout, but so far I'm doing pretty good. Okay, just because I want to make sure I'm making this look okay before I keep going further, I'm going to go back in with this brush. I'm actually going to take a little bit of Saturn here, which is the darker orange, and I'm going to use this to soften the edge. And now I'm going to go back in with the original one, Unity, and blend that out a little bit more. I'm actually bringing the Unity down in towards this middle here to kind of soften up. I kind of got a little too much green right there. So I'm just doing that to soften it up a little bit more. Perfect. And now I'm going to take this little pencil brush from Morphe. It's an R41. And I'm going to take the shade Parallel, which is the dark brown. And I'm just going to build up this outer corner and then drag whatever is left. Once I've built this up to where I kind of want it, I'm just gonna drag this to mesh the line together. But I want the majority of that brown on the outer corner, just to kind of pull it all in together, if that makes any sense. And I am going to be lightening the green up because it's a little bit darker than I had hoped for, to be honest. So I'm going to repeat this on the other side. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the shade Pyramid here, which is the bright, bright gold. I think I just want to put the tiniest bit. Oh, that's gorgeous, actually. I'm just using it to brighten the green up just a tiny, tiny bit. I would go in with Sphere, which is the neon green in this palette, but it's just, it's too matte, and I don't want more matte on the lid. I want it to stay shimmery. I'm just gonna zoom you guys in a tiny bit more. I probably should have zoomed you in a little bit sooner, but I was just a little too focused. So this is what it's currently looking like, a little bit darker, a little bit more smoky, a little more orangey than I anticipated. So what I'm going to do real quickly is go back into Unity and just blend the orange out a tiny bit more. I'm just going to take these, they're my current makeup wipes. These are the Skin Food Black Sugar Cleansing Tissues. I'm going to see how much fallout I have going on. My battery is almost out of... Okay, so there's a little bit of fallout, nothing too bad. Mostly because I did pick up too much on my brush, which is my own fault, although like I said, the palette does have quite a bit of kickback, so you do get a lot of dust flying everywhere, so just, you know, keep that in mind. Okay, so while my camera was charging, I did just quickly go ahead and put on some mascara. I just grabbed this guy, which I have used, but it's been a while since I've used it. This is the Maybelline Plumped Up Colossal Volume Express in Blackest Black, I believe, just the black shade. I just kind of used this because I wanted to avoid using false lashes, and I did try on a pair while the camera was off just to see if I liked how it looked, and it overpowered all the eyeshadow I just did. So I took it off. I took them off. But I mean, if I had decided to go ahead and make this way more blown up, blown out, have the shadow going up way higher than I do, I might have considered keeping them just because then it wouldn't have been totally covered by the false lashes like it felt like it was when I put it on just now. So you could do false lashes with this look. If you feel like you try this at home and you feel like it's way too intimidating, it's too intense for you, maybe throw on a pair of false lashes. It'll make you feel a little bit better about them. So let's move on. I'm gonna do brows next. This is the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Super Skinny in Universal Taupe. I do typically wear the taupe, and actually on Saturday, it's currently Sunday. Oh, this is hella dark. Oh my god. This is not taupe. This is straight up brown. Okay, oh crap. Well, I was hoping to have a little bit of a more feathery brow look. That's not gonna happen right now. These are some very intense brows. I don't really like it. Okay, that's kind of toned them down a little bit, but this is still definitely too dark of a pencil. This is not taupe. What I might do though is actually, I mean, the pencil itself is really nice. It's just not the color I'm going for. I might just give this to my sister. So yeah, there's that. I mean, it's not a bad brow pencil. This was the lightest shade though, although I think there might be a blonde. I might just have to switch this for the blonde because this is definitely not my shade. So today for my primer, I am using this guy. This is the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. Never used this. Let's just see. Ooh. This definitely does feel cooling, which is kind of the general feeling. It also feels tacky, which is kind of nice. I kind of like tacky because it makes my foundation stick. I also feel like I got really pink all of a sudden. Next, I'm going to go in. Does this have a pump? No, it does not. I'm going to go in with this. I feel like I'm the last person to try this. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Nude Ivory. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead with this. Does it have a pump? No, it's got a spatula. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and scrape some onto this palette I've got here. It's a Makeup Forever foundation palette. And I'm going to take this dude right here, my Real Techniques brush. Oh, this might actually be a perfect shade for me. What up? And I'm just gonna, you know, kind of stipple it all over my face. This is actually looking like it's gonna be a really good color for me. Which, you know, not that I'm saying that that never happens, but I feel like I do have a struggle to find foundations that match me. And now I'm gonna go ahead and use my beauty blender to blend this out. This is a little on the drier side, but okay. Definitely gonna have to build this up, because this does not cover my redness. Actually, to be honest, I feel like this is covering nothing. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour out some more, just because I can already foresee myself needing more, so I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, this is straight up pink. You know what, this time I'm gonna go in, but I'm not gonna use the beauty blender. I'm just gonna use the beauty blender at the end. It looks on camera like it's covering everything on the first go around, but in reality, in person, it is not. And this is also, I think, oxidizing. I still need my beauty blender though, because this is, I just need to tone down. And then I'm gonna go into my busted ass Naked Skin Concealer. I'm gonna wipe off as much excess as I can. This is gonna backfire on me in a horrible way. I can just see this. This is one of my favorite, like, all-time concealers. I love this concealer so much so that I have it actually in 2 different colors. I actually have this concealer in both, well, I had Fair Neutral. No, I don't. I also have, what is it called? Light Warm, I think. I'm just gonna really quickly set this. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder. I haven't used this before. This video is the first time I'm using this powder. I used it also to set my concealer on my eyes as well. Oh, I did not blend out that line on my nose well enough. There we go, a little bit better. And now I'm just gonna take a really poofy powder brush from Real Techniques. And I'm just gonna dust this all over the rest of my face just to kind of set everything, because I'm done with cream products for now. I'm very, very pale right now for some reason. I think it's just my new lighting and I'm not used to it, so. By the way, the Maybelline Fit Me powder, I have it in the shade 05 Fair Light, in case you're interested. So, I don't know how I feel about this. This is why I never do this, just saying this right now. I never really in videos test out both a new primer and a new foundation, just because I want to be able to give both a good chance. So I am going to have to try out both again, I think, because right now I don't know if the way this is looking is due to the foundation or the primer. Oh, I'm going to do the lower lash line. So first things first, I'm going to take the pencil brush with what's left of the shade Parallel, which was that dark brown, this dude right here. I'm just going to take it with what's left of it. And just drag it along this outer third. I had to pick up a little bit more to do this side. I had a lot of people notice in, oh Lord, other videos of mine where they were all like, why don't you ever do your lower lash line? I usually don't, because I think it makes my eyes look smaller, and I'm not like, look how dark and scary I look. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Eden on this little Real Techniques brush. I don't always like the look of it totally surrounding my eye. On me, I love it on other people. On me, eh. Especially because the lip I'm going in with is a bold color. Whoops. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to take the gold shade, the shade Pyramid, and I'm picking up on the tip of the brush I used before. Like, I don't know how I like when I do. Let me just zoom in really quick. I just don't know if I like how things look when I do the lower lash lines. I love them on other people, just not necessarily me. So as you can see, you can see the mascara I'm wearing. Obviously, not at a distance, but you can see what my mascara is. So I'm gonna really quickly do some lower lash mascara. I'm gonna give that a minute to dry. Moving on to the face, I'm gonna go ahead and bronze using this. This is the Lorac Tantalizer Buildable Bronzing Powder in Pool Party. Looks like a really nice matte kind of shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze using this guy. This is a Japanese brush. I don't remember what it's called, like a Kumadori or something like that. I've never actually used it, so we're about to see. Ooh, I actually really like that bronzer. Okay, it reminds me a lot of my Body Shop bronzer, which I haven't mentioned in ages on this channel, but I do still have a bronzer from the Body Shop. I don't know if they still make them. Essie Button, I think she just goes by Estee now on YouTube, was the one who recommended it. She said it was a great bronzer for fair skin, and she was totally right. This one's really nice too, though. Just gives a very nice, warm and subtle glow to the skin. This pimple just did not want to be covered, but I couldn't be bothered with that right now. And I really like this brush, actually. I can see why Desi Perkins loves it, because I think it was either her or Katie Lusterlux who was like, this bronzer brush is everything. I think it was Desi. I'm like, bronzed, I went a little hard, so I'm just taking my powder brush from before to blend out my cheeks, especially just because I am going with a blush, so I don't need a really orangey contour. So I'm gonna go in with this blush. by Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Blush in Ethereal Glow. It's just this pretty pinky kind of color. So I'm gonna go into this brush, which the name is totally rubbed off on. I bought it years and years ago off of like Amazon or something like that. But I love these blushes. They're just so beautiful. Ooh, the amount of kickback going on. It's just gonna give me a really nice subtle flush to my cheeks. I probably could have gone with something a little darker, but I didn't want it to be super, super dark. Ooh. Ooh. What is going on under my under eyes? There we go. See how I've just got that nice, subtle, pinkish flush? It's really all I wanted. Although I will say that all this is now making my under eyes look really, really white. Just going in with a little bit of a heavier hand. And I am just going to take the tiniest bit of bronzer to marry the two together, just like that. Not too much, just enough to blend the pink. Because I like having a subtler blush, you know, just that hint of shine. This dude, everyone's been raving about this. This is the Hourglass, you're going to see my camera. This tilts like this. The Hourglass Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. There are 3 shades in here: Absolute Strobe Light, Pure Strobe Light, and Lucent. I'm actually gonna try out this shade today. The darkest one, which I think is called Lucent Strobe Light. So I'm gonna take, no, I want my Sigma F35 brush. This is a tapered highlight. I'm gonna take it into that darkest shade. I was expecting that to be way too dark, but it actually is kind of a perfect shade. Ooh. See how it just catches right freaking there? Oh my god, this is gorgeous. And the nice thing is that in person, it just looks like a subtle sheen. The camera picks it up a little bit more intensely. I mean, I am about to build it up a little bit more, but you know what I mean. It's not, it doesn't look too hardcore in person. Just gonna keep building it up until I get it to the point where I like it. I'm actually gonna take just a tiny, tiny bit of the yellow one, which is, I think, pure strobe light. And I am literally just going to put this in the middle of the high point right there. I just love doing this. Just that extra bit in the middle. And I'm gonna take a little bit and just dust it right here. This point right between my eyes. And then just a tiny bit on the tip of my nose. Also going to use this as an inner corner highlight, the yellow. So I'm going to go in with a brush of some sort. Do I not have a brush? I don't think I do. This guy will have to do. This is a BH Cosmetics brush. I'm just gonna go ahead, take this, and do my brow bone first. Just that little catch of light. And then we're trying out this dude. I know, I'm going with bold eyes and a bold lip and a not so bold face. We're gonna see how this goes. This is the Too Faced Melted Matte Limited Edition in Gingerbread Man. It's supposed to be like a brownishy orangey color, brownishy red. Oh, okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a lot darker. Like if you look at the packaging, that looks like it's gonna be way darker. Okay, shade is gorgeous, actually. I was expecting it to be a lot darker, so it doesn't quite go with the eye look, but I'm kind of okay with that. And this has a great scent to it. It kind of smells like gingerbread and vanilla almost. It really smells good. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I kind of like it actually. I don't know, the orangey red lip is kind of growing on me. Like I said, I was expecting it to be darker, so it kind of look a little bit better with the green. I almost look kind of Christmassy with the green eye and a red lip, reddish lip, but I do like this. So right now, I'm really loving this lip color. Obviously, this speaks to me. I love reddishy brown lips. They're just kind of my thing. So this guy's definitely a win. I also really love the Hourglass blush. I have another one, but it's not the strobe light blush. It's one of the ambient lighting blushes, which I love as well. So I'm kind of glad I grabbed one of these. I like it too. Something I didn't like was that It Cosmetics pencil. Right now, I feel like it's balanced out a little better with the darker eye and the darker lip, but I just, on a day-to-day basis, I wouldn't grab this, so I'm debating giving it to my sister, like I said. The Lorac bronzer, I think, is a win in my book. This looked really great, really subtle. It was very easy to build, so it was very true to its name as the Tantalizer Buildable Bronzing Powder. So there's that. But I do love this. I think this is gorgeous. I think this is definitely more for someone with a medium to fair skin tone. If you're darker skinned, this probably isn't gonna look as good on you, but I love the formula of these. I think they're great. Something I'm not the biggest fan of right now, I think I'm definitely figuring out this is the primer that's what's causing the patchiness. So right now this is kind of on the fence as an product for me, but it's not horrible. I don't hate it, but right now I'm definitely just not a fan of it. Something I'm also kind of not a fan of for a weird reason is this guy. Everyone loves this. I think the coverage is very nice. It looks very subtle. However, it is oxidizing. It is turning more and more pink almost, which is weird. More of like a pinky neutral. It started out a little bit more on the neutral. I don't know what's going on, but it's oxidizing in a weird way. It's not the same color it was about 10 minutes ago when I finished putting it on. So yeah, Something else I loved, this Japanese brush is just fantastic. I think it's soft, it's beautiful. It does a really good job of filling in your hairline as a bronzing powder. Something I'm on the fence about is this. I really liked it actually for under my eyes. I think it did a really good job of setting my stuff and keeping it from creasing. All over my face though, and again, this could have been because of the primer, so we'll have to see. But I feel like once I put it on, I started to look a little patchy and dry on my forehead a tiny bit, so maybe I'd figure out if it was this or this. So right now, these guys are kind of on the fence. And then the last thing, I loved this actually. I don't care if shadows have kickback or whatever. Everyone freaked out about my Subculture palette. Didn't have the whole fallout issue that a lot of people seem to have. Mine didn't have that. So for me, that wasn't an issue. And this one has a little bit of it, I will admit. The matte shades more so than the shimmers. But I didn't have a ton of fallout on my face, and I wasn't using a glitter primer, and I wasn't using Fix Plus on my brush or anything. So it worked out pretty well. But yeah, that is everything. So comment down below, tell me if you guys have tried any of this stuff and what your feelings are about it. And if you guys have any recommendations for stuff you want to see me trying out in a first impression in the future, also tell me down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I think that's everything. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!